Just finished episode 23. This will be a vlog containing episode 18 to episode 23. Galaxy on fire, but now, the Alliance and the Empire aren't the ones at war. Now they are dealing with civil wars themselves. In the Empire, we have the high nobles against Reinhardt's alliance. Reinhardt has done the smart thing of labeling the high nobles as a rebellion. So he's kind of fighting for the Emperor, even though he's the one that really wants to seize power, from my understanding. And on the other side, we have the coup in the Alliance, and it's a surprise for us when it's revealed that it's Admiral Greenhill, who's one of wen-li's trusted friends in the higher ups in the military, and Greenhill is using the coup to kind of save the nation from its own corruption. So wen-li is forced to fight his own countrymen to restore democracy, while Reinhardt is systematically dismantling the old aristocracy in the Empire, and both our main guys are winning their respective wars, but it comes at a high cost, both for personal costs as well as people, because people die. First off, I want to talk about one of my favorite characters so far. That's one of the minor characters. It's Admiral Merkatz. He's serving Braunschweig, who's the highest noble, and the main guy leading the high nobles against Reinhardt. And Merkatz is one of the most tragic figures in this arc. He's a brilliant, honorable admiral, but he's serving a complete moron. And also, he has a fascinating take on why the nobles are so incompetent, especially Braunschweig. He calls it an illness born from 500 years of privilege. He points out that when you're born into absolute power, you kind of lose the ability to perceive reality. You instinctively justify yourself on your own actions, your own decisions, by blaming others for your failures, and that's exactly what Braunschweig is doing. He's failing over and over and over again, and he's always blaming someone else, and refuse to listen to sound advice from more competent people. And some criticize the show for making the high nobles super incompetent, but that's not the show being lazy, because it's the whole point, making these nobles dumb. It's kind of this institutionalized incompetence, because it's a society that doesn't value merit, so they will eventually produce leaders who are just both physically and mentally incapable of making good decisions, and it clearly shows in this arc. And interestingly, in contrast, you can look at Reinhardt, because he surrounds himself with the most capable minds, and like many of them disagree with him. For example, both Oberstein and Kirchheis, they talk to him and give him sound advice, and he actually take the recommendations into account. I feel like often they make a suggestion and Reinhard changes his mind, and to me, that's what a good leader does. And on the side of the Alliance, we have a very interesting conversation between Schoenkopf of the Rosenritters. He asks wen-li a question. I feel like it kind of defines the whole series, at least from what I've experienced so far. Something of the likes of if the democracy is rotten and the leaders are unethical, why do you still fight? And he even suggests that when wen-li, who is winning against the rebellion, why doesn't he just seize power, at least temporarily, to kind of make democracy good again? But wen-li is wen-li, refuses. And it's his most compelling trait, I feel like. He believes, and he famously says that a good dictatorship is more dangerous than a bad democracy, because it teaches the people to stop thinking and stop being responsible for their own destiny. So he would prefer a bad, corrupt democracy over a good dictatorship. And standing by your principles when they are easy, that's one thing. That's not hard, but standing by them when it means protecting people you despise or at great cost, both personally and short term for the Alliance as a whole, I think that's true. That's a mark of a great character. So I feel like wen-li is like a man of character, precisely because he refuses to use power to fix things in an easy way. Another thing I want to talk about is Jessica Edwards is back, and she's leading protesters against the coup the military has done, and but she gets brutally murdered. But kind of, while it's brutal, it's also admirable, because she died standing up to a military that claimed to be protecting the people while killing them, because that's what the protests led to. The military shot back. It's a grim reminder that the moment the military decides it knows what's best for civilians, democracy is already dead, and it is for the people to take back democracy, like Jessica Edwards tried to do, and she did so peacefully. Tried to, but was killed. The aftermath, 20,000 of those protesters dead. It's a super yikes moment for me, and must be for the Alliance as well. wen-li loses yet another friend, and it gets to him. He has this carefree persona, but the struggles, they are obviously there, and I think they show it visually pretty great in the show. And it is also I feel like he doesn't only grieve for his friend, but also he feels like it's so uh, unnecessary, because this was just a dumb struggle for power that shouldn't happen in a democracy. And if that wasn't a big tragedy, we have a bigger one in the Empire, because Mr. Braunschweig, he's losing, and now he needs to grab resources. So what do the high nobles do? Yeah, they steal resources from the commoners, uh, like they always done. And when the commoners fight back, he wants to nuke them. And yeah. Uh, but that information gets to Reinhardt via Oberstein. Um, but and Reinhardt wants to protect them, but we all know Oberstein. He knows what's going on, because he argues that letting those 2 million die now would end the civil war instantly, and maybe saving tens of millions in the long run, and making the victory cost less people, because it will. You don't come back from nuking 2 millions of your own, right? So you could say, like, in philosophy, it would be like he's a utilitarian. But more interestingly, Oberstein kind of manipulates the timing when he brings it forth to Reinhardt. Reinhardt thinks, Reinhardt is appalled, to his credit, by what Oberstein is suggesting, because he doesn't really feel that it's justified. But as I said, Oberstein manipulates the timing, so when Reinhardt is thinking about the decision, the attacks have already happened, and Oberstein have already sent a recon ship to record it, so it will be sent throughout the Empire, thus securing the propaganda war, and gaining Reinhardt's favor, of course. And interestingly as well, Reinhardt is asking himself that about Kirchheis, and that Kirchheis would be opposed to that idea, and that will be incredibly important going forward, I think, because he admitted that Kirchheis would have stopped it. But I feel like Kirchheis, he has some death flags going forward. Just look at this dialogue. There's no way this isn't a sort of foreshadowing, because they wouldn't just randomly put that there, and it wouldn't, right? It doesn't make sense storytelling wise. So I fear for Kirchheis now, and if Kirchheis is gone, I fear for Reinhardt. I'm kind of terrified what that will. If Kirchheis die, I'm kind of terrified what will happen to Reinhardt and his conscience or his heart. Because the big decision, the big question is, what decisions will Reinhardt make when the angel on his shoulder is gone? Will there be some sort of replacement, so we have another angel, or will Oberstein, the devil, rule? That's gonna be something I'm very interesting. I'm very interested to see how that will play out going forward. Also, the military coup was done by Admiral Greenhill, right? To kind of rectify the corruption. But I'm not sure. There's just something fishy about it. Yeah, he says that he kind of had to take the lead because of all the young hotheads, so that kind of the coup would be not as violent, I guess. But I feel like this is something also Trunicht, like the not the president but prime minister type, the leader of the alliance, has orchestrated. He has completely disappeared. They also mention it that they can't find him, and I think that mention is important. I smell some kind of Reichstag fire scenario, that Trunicht helped the coup in some way, I think, or at least just let it play out, so he can. Now, when he gets back, he can say that we need to have more. We have to have stricter laws, or more kind of take away some rights, maybe, in order to increase security. So he will have, like, yeah, tighter security and more power to him. Because he's too much of a snake, I feel like, to just be hiding. I think he's playing a game here, but this is kind of one of my wild guesses, so it will be interesting to see if it has some truth to it. Going forward, I'm looking closely at Hilda, who's a high noble, or at least a noble who took Reinhardt's side in the Civil War and kind of helped him getting more nobles to his cause. Because if I'm being right about Kirchheis, I think she might be some sort of replacement for him going forward. Though no one can really replace Kirchheis. He's like the good guy, the angel on Reinhardt's shoulder, right? But it will be interesting to see if Hilda can come in, or if I just don't think she's a one episode character. But I might be grasping at straws here. Another thing is, we have to keep in mind that there is still a Golden Bloom dynasty in the Empire, because the ruler, the Kaiser now, he's just a kid. I think he's 5 years old. And what's going to be super interesting is to see what does Reinhardt do with him. There's no way he kills a child, not because Oberstein definitely... or would Oberstein want to have the child killed? That's fitting music. Because I think it would have people turn on him. So what does it do? Lock him up, kinda, or making him some sort of a puppet? But Reinhardt wants to seize the throne, right? So I can't see him being satisfied with just being some sort of puppeteer. So I'm really curious, what will he do to seize power when this child is the one who rules right now? 3 episodes left of this season. Can't wait.